All right, we should be live. I'm just gonna sit and shoot the breeze and cue up music and stuff. Uh, I realized a fun bug with my headphones. Reload page. What? Spotify being dumb today. Um, yeah, I realized my headphones are goofy, and I have to like have something playing for them to work, which is annoying, especially when like Spotify doesn't want to work and play music. So yeah. Ooh, could listen to some jank. That sounds like fun. Um, okay, so I have music going now. Now I can talk about some of the magic I have going. Crap, I have to reset my Telegraph password now. So yeah, I guess since I'm resetting that password after the stream, I can just show it. Um, so right now I'm working on setting up Telegraph or my Telegraph role primarily, and the Shiftmon role to work through Ansible Galaxy. The reason for that is for a client, they already have an existing Ansible repo, and I'm guessing that's going to be a pretty common thing at most orgs now, is that they have an existing automation repo and they need to import content into it. So like if they want to either send their set of Telegraph to deploy to Grafana Cloud, they would like to use their existing inventory, whether that's dynamic or just a pile of YAML sitting in the same repo. Um, they could pull down the Telegraph role from Galaxy instead of having to like copy pasta it and put an Apache 2 license in their proprietary repo and weird stuff like that. The other issue is with that is syncing content. So let's say I like eventually write it in so that it scrapes Apache logs, because that's a very common thing that I don't have set up yet. Um, they would have to go through and like reclone and copy the repo or something like that. Whereas with Galaxy, it would just be an update. So this is what the role will look like in future. Um, it'll still be the same inventory, and the other cool thing is you could actually put the inventory in here. Um, the other thing that using Galaxy is kind of forcing me to do now is use Ansible Lint. Ansible Lint is basically a spell checker, like a grammar snob about your Ansible. So I guess the biggest artifact would be from the last time I streamed would be this. So now I should be able to. I spelled my company name wrong, and I have a ticket to fix that with Galaxy folk. But basically, you can install this collection, and then it will just work from an inventory. So that inventory, boom. So it's going to reinstall everything, ask me for my root password or my sudo password. And now it's actually deploying the role. So this is normal behavior from the way it was before. But notice I'm not in the repo folder. So if I ls this folder, you're not going to see any Ansible content. So you don't see like a roles structure or anything like that. You just see an inventory file and then two YAML files. So I'm resetting that Telegraph password. Secrets management is something I need to get better at. I don't have a good solution. I know HashiCorp vaults are really good, but it's like, do I have that many secrets? But we'll see. Because the nice thing is, if I'm streaming and I like leak a vault token, it's not the end of the world because it's useless by like the end of the stream. Um, whereas now, like, it's that password I have to reset after stream, so that's poopy. And it's all local domain, so I'm not in a huge rush. So this is the whole inventory though for setting this up. You can just shove all the vars in here and run it. So that way, like I said, if you have an existing automation repo, you can just pull it. which is super sick. And as long as you're updating the collections or updating the collection, you should go there. But the thing that it's made me realize is um, that I suck at typing, and that hasn't been a problem because my Ansible code has worked. Something that as bothers me might not be the right word about a lot of programming language is that I have to like make the code work and then make it standardized are two different things. So Python and PEP 8 is a good example of this, where like, oh hey, your code actually runs, but it's a terrible thing, and any like professional developer or Python snob is gonna call you an idiot. So I I am not sure how I feel about that. Hour or so. Yeah. So I'm gonna. There are two ways I can deal with this. Some of it is actually valid things like risky file permission. This one, these two I might leave out. So I think these two are yelling at me that I'm not using the Ansible.built-in include role. It's just saying like include role, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'll see if I can get it to shut up. I haven't looked at any of the Ansible Lint configs, but I think what I'm going to start doing is just like pick some of the small errors, and then knock those out and make Ansible Lint happy. And then I know there's a config file for Ansible Lint, but I'm not sure whether or not I should like ignore it or just suck it up and use like the verbose coding. Moving my Ansible Lint, because I think that's just very verbose and a waste of characters to do that, but I understand technically why you should do it because there could be like a shift systems include role, but yeah, I get spelling it out, but it's obnoxious and I'm a lazy pile of garbage. So feel free to ask any questions. All right. So what I have been doing, um, Ansible-lint pipe less r. So what I've been doing is piping it into less so I could actually search it. Oh crap. I'm in the wrong repo for that. Ansible. Yeah. So before we get into that, I think I should do a touch more housekeeping. Um, so I've worked of things with the fleet script. Oh god. I don't want to talk about anything that's on here right now. I didn't prep my browser. So gitlab.com, shift systems, fleet, Ansible. So there are a couple of new commits in the last week or so. Some of them were just little tweaks. So now it will generate. I have a free IPACA authority I get all my certs from, and I used it to where you provide an OpenSSL certain key, but I understand that some people just want make go now. So to accommodate that, if it doesn't see that file, it will actually generate a CSR for you. And I actually didn't know you could do. It'll generate the CSR and the cert using the self-signed provider. I've done it in the past where like you have to define the key, then use the key to generate a CSR, and then the CSR to generate a cert. But you can just go for that. Um, yeah, the other thing I did was I changed it. to use a separate root account and a MySQL user account, which is best practice for security, where like application users and meatbag users are different accounts than root. For this setup, it's not that big of a deal, but it's still best practice because like even though there are the MySQL admin uh, tasks it can do, the only valuable data in the database is from Fleet. It's still just best practice though, and yeah. So that's what's been going on with Fleet. Oh, I guess I haven't. Fleet Yeet. So I wrote a Python script that will. This is like done and dusted as far as my use case for a little while. Um, it will take data from the Fleet API and send it to Loki, but I know that Fleet likes to integrate with other systems too, so I couldn't just call it Fleet to Loki or something boring like that. So I named it Fleet Yeet because it yeets data from Fleet. Um, so what this script does is it gathers data from the Fleet API and then structures it and then sends it to and then restructures it so it could be sent to Loki, but this could be reused for sending it to like Elasticsearch. So these are just renames, which is why the whole thing's in the commit. But this is definitely something really cool. This runs as a systemd unit for now, but there's nothing. Uh, if you look at the script, these dependencies are very common and should be available in like a functions as a service thing. And the only like external dependency it's expecting from the OS besides the Python stuff is environment variables. And to make sure that would be that would work, I checked was it Lambda from AWS and GCP. I'm guessing Azure has something, but if it doesn't, it's a Microsoft product. I don't care. Um, so what else have I done since I streamed? Oh, I added ignoring SSL layers to the code uh, because you could have a self-signed cert on your Loki or a self-signed cert on your Fleet instance, which is very common. So that's there. And then this one I did 3 days ago. I should probably make this optional, but it will install Docker. The reason for that is that in order to build Fleet for certain platforms with a desktop agent, um, you need to have Docker installed. So if you want to build the desktop for Mac or Windows, and I think Linux even has some more dependencies, but you basically have to have Docker to do it. I might make it optional later, but yeah. Still a little bit of work, but I'll live. Yeah. So that's everything going on with Fleet. I started mirroring all my stuff on GitHub, which pisses me off that I had to do. Um, so now there's a Shift Systems GitHub space repos. So I mirrored all of these. They still have the license and everything. The main reason for using GitHub isn't visibility. It's mostly it's not visibility. It's so I can use Ansible Galaxy. Ansible Galaxy wants like the only SEM you can authenticate with is GitHub. So these are push mirrors right now. It's not well documented on here that it's push mirrors, but yeah. I added the little Matrix chat, so if you want to join us on Matrix, I should have that in the description of the stream, and it's also on all of our Git repos. So yay. Um, yeah, I don't think I made any other major updates, but let's check the pulse. Um, insights, code frequency, is that it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it actually does keep the history in here. That's cool. So, shows that I'm the cool person on GitHub. Um, And then on GitLab, my wonderful wife made really good logos for all the projects. The theme I want to do for these is I want the pangolin holding something. Open image, a new tab. This is gonna look like trash when I zoom in on it, but it's the little pangolin holding the sticker. So I think that's super cool. And then Pango backup, it's holding the floppy disk. Ah, Jesus, I'm not that old yet. And I need to delete that out of here, but yeah. Now we're using Galaxy. So with all that fluff out of the way, I'm going to start de-linting my Ansible. And if you have any questions or stuff about ShiftMon or Pango backup or any of the stuff that I work on, feel free to drop them in chat. More than happy to interact. Make the algorithm happy. So Ansible Lint. Let's see what Ansible Lint is angry about today. Besides my inability to spell, which is fair. Alright, YAML colons, and there's 3 occurrences of it. So what I've been doing is copying this, then searching, just like that, then going through the code. I'm sure I could do it like in the IDE, but meh, whatever. Alright. So that was in Roles Grafana files. Roles Grafana files dashboards.yaml 8. Oh, there's 2 spaces. Yeah, some of this stuff is like, it works. It's weird having YAML space sensitive space issues not blow things up, but hey, I'll roll with it. Colons and all right, so roles traffic task 24. So this is probably just a type issue. Oh, there it is. Found it. Line 24, like it said. There's one telegraph on line 13 inside of tasks. So telegraph, tasks, main, 13. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's just dumb. And then after I resolve the issue, it's kind of expensive to run, but I run it again to make sure that it's actually gone. Because then it's like you're retesting one variable at a time, and you're not like, I fixed this thing, then that thing from 2 separate categories. So it's just a sane way of delineating it. So yeah. So FCQ action. The casing ones I should fix, but I don't know if I want to do that on stream or not. So action. Poop. No, that's a special character in Vim. Action. There we go. HT. How is that even working? What? Traffic. Action HD password is not FQCN. I need to figure out what FQCN means, but let's look at the line that it's mad about. It's in traffic. Then line 34. Ansible HT password. I'm looking at it off screen right now, which I should just pull it up on screen so you guys can see. Ansible docs, you're amazing. Besides Galaxy. Galaxy docs are not the best to work with, in my opinion. They've been kind of a pain. You're. Oh. No. Why did I get the German one? Oh, Brave Search. So somebody asked, what am I doing with Ansible? I am working on Ansible Lint. So in programming, there are these things called linters, which basically are grammar Nazis for code. I don't know a better way to describe it, and this video is never going to get monetized, but yeah. So they'll tell you there's a difference between your code running and your code being easy to read and maintain, and linters help you bridge that gap. So there's a bunch of dumb stuff that's hard to read. That works. Like the interpreter is happy about it, or the compiler is happy about it if it's like C++, but it looks like trash, and if anybody ever has to read it, they'll be mad at you. So that's kind of the reason why linters exist. So, and some of it, the reason why I started doing it was I was trying to create the bundle that you upload to Ansible Galaxy, and it was angry about a bunch of lines or not having new line characters at the end of files. So that's what's going on there. So apparently there is a HT password module, but it's not showing up. Ansible community general. So let's look in the docs for this. HT password module. All right. So it does look like there's an HT password, and I should actually namespace it. So the linter was actually right. So let's fix that and see if Grafana blows itself up. All right. So now Ansible playbook. Ah, crap. I don't want that one. Could do this as a dry run, but it's whatever. Shift RMM. Press insert. Load it to the hub. Sorry, my friend DM'd me. What am I doing on stream right now? So I was being polite and asking. So hopefully the HT password thing works. But we shall see. I need to figure out why these permission things keep changing. Permissions was a huge sore spot. Sorry, my friend keeps bothering me, and I'm just like, watch the damn stream, and I'll tell you. Um, so hopefully using this module doesn't break, because it looks like in the past there was HT password built in. So, yeah. So I can't spell my company name right. I was also, it was like 11 p.m. when I did it too, but got the license figured out. I need to figure out some of the tagging, more of the metadata. Like, I don't have the dependency listed, which is bad because I'm using community general, and this will break if you don't have those installed. So I need to work that out and get my poop in a group. So I need to basically and the Galaxy docs recommend you do this, is that you look up what other people have done. Um, Open source is that classic good artist copy, great author steal kind of thing. Um, yeah. Sorry, I was reading the. It'd be nice if you could do matrix IDs in here too. But yeah. So it looks like everything worked. The HD password thing didn't crap itself, but I'm gonna make sure that the Telegraph password got copied correctly. So we're going to go to metrics.local shiftsystems.net. So it looks like Trafic is running. Yay, it worked. Never. Yeah, browsers want to be my password manager, but I'll live. All right. So it looks like everything's Gucci there. So now we should have one less thing it's pissed about. Yeesh. So some of these formatting things are like, all right, you got me there. Like these three are all like, all right, I should fix this. Package latest. Oh, yeah, I'm ignoring this one. If I had to guess what this line is, this is basically saying it's not idempotent. Idempotent is the quote unquote college word for uh, repeatable. So if you use latest, there's a risk that it won't be idempotent and it could cause an outage. For this, it's already gonna cause an outage, and I personally think you should update your stuff. And that could honestly fix bugs. And if you're already taking it down for a maintenance window, it should be fine. In bigger production settings, you want to do this because I've worked with a Python app where what was it? Instrumentation broke after a library update, or the web app server broke because of the instrumentation updated because of how the instrumentation library was written. And so like if I just would have done latest and not changed anything else and deployed it to prod, it would have blown up a important thing. So yeah. For some projects, this warning makes sense, and that's why there's a config file for Ansible Lint where like I don't care about it for this because I want this to be more bleeding edge, but other use cases this totally makes sense. Um, so yeah. YAML comments. Oh boy. So let's fix key duplicates first, because that one was actually showing. Key duplicates. Boom. Yes, Sleuth in chat is right. Basically, there is a trade-off to how you want things to be broken. They could be insecure CVE broken or broken because you need to change like a couple lines of code. And especially if you're responsible and have a dev environment you're testing things in, it's way easier to live on the like move fast and break things side of things. I feel like that needs to get amended to be like move things and have a safe place to break them. So then you don't piss off customers or yourself because your stuff's never broken. The worst thing is when your user, like you're married to that user, and they're very angry that they can't submit tickets in Git Um, Sleuth, the dev environment's my home lab. Um, cool. So let's pull up Codium, go over here, and then this was in Telegraph. So Telegraph tasks, duplication. Oh, one's in there twice. That's not good. 203. Oh, what the? What was I doing there? Oh, lazy copy pasta. So yay. Now we go through another loop. I have been in this situation that Sleuth is in where like dev environments either my computer or push it to prod and cross your fingers. Oh god. You're giving me flashbacks. Alright. So yay. Let's try to knock out comments and see what it's pissed off about. And then we'll go to indentation, which is why you should not use like default nano or default vim to edit YAML. Yeah. It would be cool if I set up GitLab CI to do this in Kix too. I can actually do a demo of Kix too if you want. Put it in chat if you do. Crap. What was I gonna do? We're gonna look at comments. Copy. There's a good chance I care about some of these, and there's also a chance that I don't. YAML comments missing starting space and comment. All right, this is super. God, this is so annoying. This is machine generated from Ansible Galaxy, and Ansible Lint's mad out of it. So Sleuth, you're living the boring version of the YOLO deploy to prod, because you have ZFS and containers, so like you can blow things up or revert to a snapshot easily. You're no fun. Should just be all on Btrfs RAID 5 and no backups. Live a little. Come on. If my voice didn't indicate it, that was sarcasm, and everything I just said is a terrible idea. Okay, so comments, galaxy.yaml, line 33. Oh, never mind. This was me. So that one's gone. CrowdSec. Some of these I think are just like me just trying to get the damn thing to work. So I'm 100% sure that's what this one is. So CrowdSec, files, config.yaml, 28. Oh, most of these are actually. 1 second, I need to mute quick. Much better. Okay, never mind. So I think that should all work. For the rest of them, just CrowdSec being mad. Yep. Okay. Yay. So YAML indentation. This one I'm surprised is where like, how does this work? So more dangerously, but got burned. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So Sleuth is telling me a fun war story in chat about how he did an upgrade to his Synapse, so his Matrix server, which is like a to him it's a very important communication tool. Yeah. He updated it to fix a CVE the night before town, and he got on the road before he realized that he broke his Synapse server. And like that's probably, from what I know about him, that's like the most important thing that he runs. Yeah, it's not fun. So now what were we on? Indentation. That's right. Wrong window. And oh, dude, that's the worst. Having a change like be fixed and then 6 hours later it breaks. Those are always fun. All right. So Podman. Podman is angry for indentation. So roles. Let's go down to Podman. Thankfully, a lot of these fixes are just one-liners. Yeah. Telegraph configs. Podman. File. Was it files? No. Tasks. Main YAML. Line 42. What are you? What? Oh. Okay. Expected 4 found 2. Yeah, so this is what I mean by linting. Technically, this works, but this is how it should be because this or startup and shutdown.bash belong to this, so it should be indented in. Yeah, it's interesting how there are languages. I guess we'll call YAML a language. Why not? Um, there are languages like YAML and Python that are very particular about spacing, but it's still broken. Yeah. Um, indentation. Roles requirements.yaml. This one I'm scared. Um, roles requirements.yaml. Line 2. So, yep, same thing here. Yeah, that's what I'm confused about too, Sleuth. The other thing I'm noticing is that this shows up as one result, even though it's in a list where the error occurs multiple times, but it's still helpful. I'm guessing that's going to be like all of them. Cool. So Galaxy. Did I edit those in the Galaxy YAML file? It's weird because this was machine generated. Yeah, this one I didn't do, I think. 19, 29. Okay, I might have edited these. And then runtime. Um, yeah. One thing I do find, another thing I find odd besides the spacing thing that like working even though it's technically not right, is people who complain about YAML but don't think about the alternative being Bash. Um, Bash is a very powerful scripting language, but it makes my eyes bleed and my brain hurt. Um, yeah, that's my opinion on Bash. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Um, Meta, runtime, line 4. Oh, wait. Expected 0, found 1. There we go. Yay. Alright. Think I got all those, so now indentation should be happy. Yep. Yay. Trailing spaces. Alright, this one's Ansible Lint's cool now, officially, because it's helping me find trailing spaces which like don't show up in your editor unless you have the weird space thing turned on. This one I'm fixing off stream. I'm just gonna do while I'm watching TV. I think it makes for boring content. I also saw some stuff about apt key I want to work on stream. So formatting, trailing spaces. Alright, CrowdSec. Files, or no, it was in handlers. And then the trailing space was on. Wait, it was in config.yaml. Config.yaml, line 4. All right, yay, next one. Grafana vars main. Grafana vars main 4. Ew. Yeah. So you can't even like physically see the difference when you're just looking at it and you're not on the error. So telegraph test main.yaml 107. I forget just how big this role is, but it usually runs super fast because it skips over a bunch of stuff. Because there's a bunch of services that usually don't coexist on the same server. Like you don't run Caddy and Nginx on the same box usually. If you do, seek help? I don't know. .20 and tree pick main.yaml. So there is a use case where you just don't want to deal with. Wait, what? Traffic task main.yaml. There is a use case, I guess, for using Nginx and Caddy. You could just use Caddy as a way of dealing with SSL, but using SS or because Caddy automatically fetches either zero SSL or Let's Encrypt, I forget. But you should just use certbot or just use Caddy. There's some apps like Matrix and as I found out Nextcloud that have really goofy Nginx rules. And you shouldn't fight the vendor, just use Nginx and certbot and not use Caddy. As much as I love Caddy. Nginx is okay. Yeah, so this, why is this line even here? Yeah. So I think that was it. For indentation, we'll see. We shall see. Yay! Package latest item potency. Those, I'll deal with that off stream probably. Some of them were actually, so some of these I think I need to actually like look into because there's the Ansible built-in and Ansible legacy, and there might be differences. So I might do like global find replace on those. Template. I can't do global find replace. But I can go into here and change it to Ansible built-in. Ansible.builtin.template. Cool. Ansible.builtin.template. Save. The other cool thing about Ansible Lint is there is the VS Code extension for Ansible Lint. But you have to have Ansible Lint installed in your path, so. Typed in Lint instead of built-in. .template. I noticed apt key was in there too. So let's do a global find replace on that. Apt underscore key. Ansible.builtin.app.key. Yay! It's working. Maybe. I don't know. So that one was there. And I guess apt is angry too. Crap. I guess you can just do apt colon. Ansible.builtin.apt. 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 That removes the normal SSH key but adds my hardware SSH. Oh, Linode doesn't let you use hardware SSH keys? That's weird. So Sleuth, how are you doing your hardware SSH keys? I'm using the FIDO one. I'm not using the YubiKey one. It's like SSH, crap. ED25519SK. And also, it's not Linode anymore, Sleuth. It's Akamai Connected Cloud. Gosh, get it right. Yeah. So I think some of those lint things. So I'm starting to come around on the like Ansible lint being pissy about the hey, you either need to use legacy or built-in. Oh Jesus. This is gonna be annoying. So it's basically forcing me to use built-in. So I'm gonna do you can do global find replace by the way. So copy colon. Jesus, I use copy a lot. Ansible.builtin.copy. And then a colon. God, that'd be so bad. Yeah, that looks right. And then we'll do the same thing with template. So hopefully that should just make a lot of those warnings go away. Yeah, most of them, systemd had it too. I'm guessing this is gonna break something, but we'll find out. I like how this global find replace actually shows you what you're breaking in real time. Risky file permissions, FCQN, yeah. So that actually took care of like most of those. Because before it was like in the 80s or something like that. So now we need to see if that actually deployed anything. And I need to go, I'm going to go, oh God, this is going to break things. So, crap. That's not good. That is not good at all. I fixed this one twice, so now there's like 2 versions of it. Fixed it so well, I had to do it twice, I guess. I've done that before. I've like double encoded JSON or something stupid like that. What? Could not resolve module action Ansible dot. What is this nonsense? Ansible template. I'm looking up the docs on the other screen. Ansible dot built-in dot template. Yeah, built-ins. Did I misspell it? So we'll copy. So I always realize I misspelled something after I like paste it in and look at it. Ansible dot. Yeah, I can't template. I don't know. I wish the spell checker would actually work before like. Yeah, what the hell? Couldn't resolve module action Ansible built-in dot template. This is in built-in though. This doesn't make sense. Ansible built-in dot copy. This makes no damn sense. So let's open up the other browser so I can show the class what the hell's going on. So it's getting angry in Telegraph that Ansible built-in dot template doesn't exist. However, if I copy this, it's in here. Ansible blah blah blah. You're reading the latest stable community version of Ansible. If you're a Red Hat customer, refer to the blah blah blah. So if we do Ansible version This should, yeah, I'm running core 214.12. Like Python version. I'm trying to find the actual like Ansible version. But yeah. Ugh. Why is this not working? This makes no sense whatsoever. I hate you, Ansible Lint. I already have a love. Um, sorry, Sleuth. Is that curl that I can listen to? Oh, Sleuth, to answer your question, no. Curl is short for CURL. So, like C as in visually see a URL. It's basically a command line browser client. It's an HTTP client. It's not an HTTP server. Um, I don't know if you can actually run it. I forget if Netcat can serve files statically, I think. Go to where the line's in the file, but yeah. I will actually go see where it's angry. So telegraph line 62.3. Why is this not resolved as like a module? Oh my god, there's 2 colons. That's not annoying. That is so annoying. Who did this? I should fire him from Shift Systems. He's a terrible goose. Yay, I actually... Okay, yay, cool. I'm gonna go AFK for a sec and go... my wife uses me as an alarm clock sometimes, so I need to go wake her up. All right, I am back. Yeah, I'm kicking myself kind of hard about that. All right, so let's look at these and see if they're actually like worth listening to. Okay, so it's not just bitching needlessly, it sounds like. It's actually complaining about things that are like, hey, you shouldn't just be using file. Okay, I can deal with this actually. So now, replace, yay, and then file, colon. Okay, there's no double colon. All right, so yay, only 14 FQCN issues. So action dash core pip DNF. Okay. So basically, we just need to rinse repeat this a bunch. Pip colon pip. What am I using pip for? Oh, Podman. The hell am I using it? Oh, passlib. Okay, that makes sense. I think I have to use pip for Debian. So there's like a. I try to get Debian support to work, and it should work once Bookworm comes out. But basically, Debian's super out of date. And so it can't use Podman that's new enough for Podman Compose. So pip DNF. DNF was angry. Um, I am not using Debian. I know that there are certain. I know like some businesses prefer to use Debian. It's popular enough I should try to care, but when it didn't work after like I made all the accommodations for it, I was like, screw it, it'll work in Bookworm. I prefer using either Fedora or Enterprise Linux. So yeah, I've tested it using Fedora and Ubuntu. I need to test it with EL and Debian. But yeah, basically, I have a reason to care about Debian. I don't use it. And I know that there are like people that have a strong preference toward Debian. Um, I think the reason why people prefer Debian is that it's like vendor neutral. So unlike Canonical, it won't put ads in your terminal, and unlike Enterprise Linux, it won't kill the free version. The cool thing about it, or Ubuntu, yeah, um, yeah, Debian I can tolerate. The biggest issue I have with Debian is every time I try to use it, there's something just slightly too modern. I can't use Debian stable. Um, so like in 2016 when I ran a Matrix server, there was Python libraries I couldn't get. With this project, I can't use it because a new enough version of Podman isn't available. But I get why like Google likes it. Um, yeah. And even though Red Hat has a lot of old stuff in it, it's not like how should I word it? Um, the old stuff in it is stuff I don't touch because a lot of the new shiny stuff I want to play with is from Red Hat. Um, so Sleuth is asking when I'm going to run my own Matrix instance. I think I'm going to wait for Dendrite. Dendrite is probably when I want to do it. Because that seems to be more for like the I want my stuff to work, and Synapse is supposed to be the one I hack on, or the one that like all the tryhards and like people who I shouldn't say tryhard because that has a negative connotation to it, but all the people who are very passionate about Matrix and want the like bleeding edge. So apt repository. Boom. Shift. Copy. That word's more than 7 letters, so you know, gotta be careful. Replace. Wait, Dendera has 100% compatibility now? When did that happen? I thought there was still like a few tests it could fail. All right, after I get through this sleuth, we're gonna check to see if Dendrite's 100% compatible with this with APIs. What was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. Yum repo. So, okay. Sleuth says nothing important is missing. Oh no. Crap. There's a spelling error. See. There we go. Place. All right. I have service facts. Service facts. So what else am I missing? DNF, yum, repo, service facts. User. User. Wait. That was bad. That was really bad. Oh god. Oh god. I need to look through all of this now. Crap. Ansible built-in dot user. Okay, let's look here. Yeah. Wait, what? Okay. Well, I have inventory, so Ansible dot built-in dot user with user. Yay. Plugin config. Yeah, that's wrong. And then Grafana any. Those are all commented out. Okay. So rules. Oh, god damn it. So crowdsite config. My brain's starting to slip, which means I should stop soon. Files config control F Ansible dot built-in dot user should get replaced with user, and then Grafana any files. Oh yeah, that's a template. All right. So it looks like Telegraph was the only one that actually needed it out of all of them. This is lame. All right. Linux.md. So docs, Linux, or docs, Telegraph, Linux, Ansible built-in.user. Perfect. All right. So that should work. Yeah. Let's do. Sorry, I need to close a bunch of this stuff down. That needs to get deleted. So yeah, all should be good. So Sleuth, how should I deploy Dendrite? Is there like a good pre-existing playbook or anything like that? God. Okay. So now, sorry, I had to spend so much time cleaning that up. I forgot what I was doing. Ansible user, Ansible user, package. I actually got to use package. What? What? All right. So don't do global find replace. Oh yeah, Ansible, because it was one package. That's why I got to use Ansible.builtin. That makes sense. Install package. Rescue package. Spell.builtin.pip. So I don't think it's mad about that. I don't think it's. Okay, no. Ansible.builtin.package. Ansible.builtin.package. Okay, so I think we should be good on that one. Okay, pip is also bad. Apparently. F pip colon. But I fixed pip. Cool. So now hopefully we have one less thing where it's mad about like FQCNs. That looks new. Args module. What is that about? FQCN, Ansible built-in. Oh, args module requires name. Telegraph task main YAML. Telegraph. Crap. Telegraph tasks main YAML. So what? 15. So very beginning, 15. Add repo for Debian. What? That's gonna cause problems later. Yum underscore. Okay. So there's only 2 instances of yum repository. Add. Okay, perfect. That was almost a regression I wouldn't have found out about till later. So yeah, I'm at a good stopping point. I need to go do other stuff and touch grass. So hopefully we're just gonna debug and be done. So yeah, Sleuth, if you tell me how I should deploy Ansible, I will look into it. My home server is like 80% full of RAM. So the biggest issue I'm gonna have is Grafana. Biggest issue I'm going to have is resource usage on my hypervisor. Libert. Yeah, I'm at 70% memory usage on the old hypervisor, so I will see if that makes sense. Who's using up all my dang RAM? So main controller, I think I could shrink Nextcloud down. Fleet DM is sticking around. I might be able to size some of my VMs down, but yeah. And I spent all my fun money for the month touching grass, so I can't add RAM. I tried adding 1 kit of RAM, and it made my server very angry because I already had 2 kits in, and I need to have 4 pairs of RAM. So I could put 8 sticks of RAM total. It could either have 1, 2, 4, or 8. You can't have 6. Or you can't have 6. Your server just wants to cry a lot. So yeah. So let's see. All right, we're on Trafic. So we've made it through everything. Data's still reporting, but I need to get going on other stuff. So 70 Sleuth is asking 70% free RAM. How much free RAM is that? I need to figure that out. So calc 64 times 0.7. The RAM usage is super consistent. Um, 64 minus. I'm being dumb with math. Times 0.3. What? 64 times 0.3. Oh, I still have like 23 gigs of RAM. What am I doing? I have plenty of room to deploy stuff. I'm being weird. I'm definitely being weird. I can deploy stuff, and all this stuff is the super static load. Like, it's my home lab. I don't have a bunch of public facing services. So I have like 2. And I don't have ballooning set up, so they couldn't ruin everything. So I totally have room to do it. The biggest issue I would have with running a matrix server is the spouse approval factor. Basically, the matrix team has more people who are able to care about it more, keeping a matrix server up better than I can. And that's not a knock against me. That's just a like numbers game. They have more people that get paid to care about it. And it would be a hobby for me. And I haven't heard great things about people hosting, but I'm aware they're all using Synapse, so we'll see. All right, so everything should be redeployed. We'll see if we lost like data or anything. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's really not good. Why you no deploy? Why you do this? Um why are you dead? sudo podman ps tac a. I wonder if I got Traffic is pissed. So Traffic is mad. Cat opt shift mon. All right. What is Traffic made about? Happy with that. Happy with that. There's nothing like super weird in it. Fauna service basic off. Grep. I wonder. Yep. That's what's going on. Global find replace is a very dangerous thing. So because this had like the word user in it, it had file and user built into it. So that's why Traffic is mad, because it doesn't know what that pile of gibberish means. So now I need to do gosh, this code base is actually getting big enough. Control Shift F is becoming the fastest way to navigate it. And I did most of this by myself. Uptime Kuma. Oh my god. Ansible dot built in. Dot. Okay. And replace that with a big fat pile of nothing. Cert file, key file, cert file, key file. Alright, what other dumb stuff was in here? Okay. So that should have fixed it. We'll find out momentarily. Yeah, so the main reason is like the Matrix team is doing a better job than I am. We also donate to the Matrix team every month, so I'm not a free rider or anything like that. And I justify that as me paying for their hosting. That might not be a smart thing to do, but yeah. I might set up a POC Dendrite server, but I don't think I'll ever actually use it in prod because my wife will be very angry with me. And she's not wrong that the Matrix team has more resources than I do to manage it, to manage a Matrix instance. I suppose the other thing too is instead of donating to Matrix, I could use that money to get a custom home server from EMS. Could be something else too. Also, if you use Matrix, you should donate to them. They need money, and they're doing the Lord's work. Yeah. Remember to like and subscribe too. All right, so we're going through this. And we should be about done. It's on Traffic right now. If I'm a little antsy to get done, it's because I should be hanging out with the missus right now. And I'm at a good stopping point too. Like I've actually chunked away a significant amount. So I want to quit while I'm ahead because sometimes I'll make a good chunk of progress and then I'll start something new and then basically pee in my own Wheaties and then just be super salty because the thing I started finishing isn't there. Oh no, I didn't hit save. Oh my god. All right. Last deploy on stream. Let's make sure everything is saved before I hit deploy. Galaxy config is good. Runtime's good. Config YAML should be fine. Telegraph. Ansible built-in.repo. Okay, everything is saved. Okay, so get rid of all that. Is Dendrite ready? I think the Matrix team actually has a good website. Dendrite is in beta. Hey, they use Grafana. Are we Synapse yet? That's the one. No? Aggregator, which parses. Where is the website? Sleuth, do you know where's, like, I know there's a GitHub article that tracks Dendrite status. Maybe it's on the GitHub. Dendrite Matrix GitHub. Please fix my typing. Okay. So I think they do Scamble, alternative to Synapse, planning your installation. Do they have a sample config for Dendrite? Wait, is this just a... Oh my gosh, dude. This is like way easier than the freaking Synapse config. So I could do this in Caddy or Treevic. Probably Caddy, so then I could serve Element off the same server. All right, progress. Are we Synapse yet? There it is. So there's 13 issues right now. So yeah. The other thing too, the other reason I don't want to run my own Matrix server is like opportunity cost. So like there's other home lab projects I want to do, and there's other non-home lab projects I want to do that are kind of like, okay, is this the best use of my time? I want to learn Kubernetes, which isn't a like trivial task. All right, dope. So now we should be able to see that there. So deployment's happy. And then is Grafana happy? Grafana's happy and sending metrics. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream and restart my Telegraph password. You kids have fun. It was nice streaming with everybody. Look in the description if you need help with your observability or Ansible consulting. And I will see you folk later.